Okay, so to begin this assignment, what we need to think about is how a shoe actually shows perspective. So we've spent a lot of time this year talking about how things can look like they're in the foreground, the middle ground, or even the background. So what we need to make sure of is when we draw our shoe, however we design it, it has to look like somebody could actually put their foot inside of it. So this has an opening where I'm putting my hand, that someone could actually slip their foot in there and it looks like it would actually go in there. So this shows evidence of a front edge and it goes around and it's on the back edge. So foreground, middle ground, and this you guys know is the background. So what we want to do is make our shoe look three-dimensional as possible. So even like another type of shoe, like here is a boot. Here you can't really see the top where somebody's foot would go into it. So if I move it down, you can see that part. But looking at it, there's a contour edge. This line looks like it actually goes around. So it's in the foreground here, close to us. Then it moves through the middle ground. It goes across the top of the foot and it curves around and it disappears to the background. So when you're drawing your shoe, that's what you want to show evidence of. So I have paper ready. What I'm going to do is I don't want to ignore the part that the person's foot has to go in there. So I'm going to start thinking about like who the shoe would be for and where they would be wearing it. One of the shoes that you looked at in the slide presentation looked like it was a shoe that somebody would wear to a Christmas party. It was like a fancy high heel shoe and it looked like it had holly berries and leaves on it. So that one to me looked like someone would wear it to a Christmas party. So what I could do is design it so I'm going to have an opening to this shoe where someone's foot would actually go in. So this looks like it sort of curves from the back to, or from the front, pardon me, to the back. So then it goes to the back, comes back towards me, so it's close to us again, and then this is going along the front. So this is the part someone would actually slip their foot into. So what I'm going to do now is show the curve of the back edge of the heel. So in a real shoe, what I'm talking about is I've drawn the opening here, and now I'm going to draw this part that touches the heel of the person's foot. Not the heel on the shoe, the heel of the person's foot. So here what I would do is I would draw it down until it gets to that part. So just sort of stopping there. This is the part that would curve around their heel. You wouldn't want to draw a straight line. A little kid would just draw a straight line and make the heel, but that would be a very uncomfortable shoe. What I'm going to do now is visualize, well, it has to look like it curves along the heel, which I've done that part, and then it should look like it curves along the actual part of the person's foot until we get down to the tip here, which would be at the toes. So that's not going to be a straight line. This would be where the heel of the foot is. Here a person's foot gets more narrow, so it's going to look like it's going away from us. But then someone's foot would actually get wider, so we would come back towards us again, and then we would curve around until we're at the toe. This is where we have to start thinking about, well, what is the line going to do from here? So I want you to draw this much of it and then take a break, and we'll talk about that part in the next clip.